Hi all. Today we're going to read 2 Timothy chapter 1 verses 6 to 7. We're going to take this from the NLT. It says here, "This is why I remind you to fan into flames the spiritual gift God gave you when I laid my hands on you." Verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." Let me read that again. "This is why I remind you to fan into flames the spiritual gift God gave you when I laid my hands on you." Verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." Now, just to give you the context of this verse, this was actually written by the Apostle Paul. It was a letter which was addressed to his young protege, this very young disciple, this youth pastor named Timothy. Now, since because of the fact that Timothy was young, scholars are actually saying that there may have been a season in his journey when there was this temptation to be fearful, and some scholars are also saying that Timothy was a very timid person, and he was of the shy type, and here was Paul reminding him that that God did not give us a spirit of fear and timidity. When the Apostle Paul laid his hands on young Timothy, there was this spirit that came from God that flowed through the Apostle Paul to the Apostle Timothy, and the Apostle Paul was reminding him that the spirit that is now in you is a spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. In other words, the Apostle Paul was saying, you got all you need right now to actually be used and excel for God. You got all you need right now, all the courage, all the power, all the inspiration, all you need to actually excel and do well as you serve the Lord. And maybe today God is saying the same thing to us. Maybe for some of us, we've at a very young age, we've decided to honor God with everything we have. We've decided to actually please God with the way we do things. And for some of us, we've taken that, we responded to that call to actually represent Jesus. And in our classrooms, in our homes, in our workplaces, we've really, decided, we drew the line in the sand that we're going to stand up for Jesus. We're going to stand up for what is right. And maybe there are moments in your life when, when you just say that, whoa, this is kind of hard because, everybody's choosing to do the wrong things. And here you are, representative of Jesus. You're going against the flow and you're ministering and you're sharing the gospel and you're representing Jesus. And then some people laugh at you or mock you. And then you try, and then fear starts, entering the picture, and then you start going shy and timid and silent about your faith. Hey, just like the Apostle Paul reminding Timothy right now, I believe God is reminding each one of us when we receive Jesus Christ, when we got prayed for, understand this: God has given you the spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. We got all we need to do things for God. So do things for God with passion and fire up your hearts for God once again. Don't be shy. Don't be timid. Don't be afraid. Remember, we have all we need. With God backing us up, with God filling us up with the power and the love and self-discipline, all these things that we need to just minister and just stand up for Jesus, we got everything we need. So, if ever, you're a Christian, you're young, and you've been struggling, and because it's kind of hard to be a Christian in an unchristian world, remember this. God is saying, fire up that passion, fire up that energy. Remember, you got all you need. You got all you need to stand up for me, says Jesus. So, just in case today you're going to sing for God, sing with passion. If you're going to dance with passion. If you're going to take that exam, and just represent Jesus in your classroom, do it with passion. If you're going to do things for God at home, do it with passion. Fire up. If you're going to do things for God in the office, do it with passion. Fire up that faith. Fire up that faith. It's time. Awaken that passion for Jesus. Shout to the whole world about Jesus. Spread the gospel. Share the gospel. Make Jesus known throughout the world. Be bold with your faith. Remember, God has given us not the spirit of fear, not the spirit of timidity, but a spirit of love, of power, and of self-discipline. Have a good one, road tripper. God bless you.